Thanks for staying here on Joy News Desk. The Food and Drugs Authority is warning women in Ghana against a growing trend of taking pills during pregnancy to lighten the skin of their unborn babies. Medical experts say these illegal drugs are likely to cause birth defects, including damage to limbs and internal organs. At a news conference in Cape Coast, the Food and Drugs Authority, FDA, says using glutathione pills for this purpose is dangerous and warns the general public no such product has been approved by the FDA. Richard Kojanyako has more.
The practice of pregnant women taking pills to bleach the skins of their unborn children is growing very fast in Ghana, according to the Food and Drugs Authority. The head of Cosmetics and Household Chemical Substance Department of the FDA, Emmanuel Nkrumah, intimates these pills are often smuggled into the country inside luggage at airports in large quantities. Although comprehensive data has not yet been gathered, the FDA says market surveillance and stakeholder activity have helped to reveal the trend among women across socioeconomic divides. He warns the FDA has not yet approved any such pill that is to be used for such an activity.
Now we can attest to the quality, safety and the efficacy of these tablets or pills. Why then subject yourself, if you are pregnant, for this purpose of making a young baby?
So in the studio to help us understand what is happening exactly is Emmanuel Nkrumah. He's head Cosmetics and Household Chemical Substance Department of the Food and Drugs Authority. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Definitely a worrying trend we are seeing. Initially, your fight was against bleaching creams. Now you're now fighting some pills women are taking to bleach their babies in the womb.
Okay, thank you very much. As you indicated, the trends do change. And you know, the cosmetic industry is evolving. It's evolving because of the demand it's demand driven by consumers. And so manufacturers also tend to put products out to satisfy this demand. And we all know that lifestyles do change, and people also adopt lifestyles of some cultures. But lifestyles are supposed to help us enhance whatever we do. So this issue of bleaching is an old age cosmetic process, but if it crosses a certain threshold that has safety implications, then it becomes worrying. Then the regulator that is duty bound to ensure that the safety of its citizens are protected.
So how did this issue come to your attention?
Right. The FDA have structures in place to ensure that products that we regulate are monitored when they are approved, and from all the various stages through our ports of entry on the market and at the end user point. So we have the market surveillance department of the FDA that go out there to look at products on the market, whether they are the ones that we approved and whether there are any unsuspecting products on the market. We also have the consumer desk of the FDA that receive complaints every now and then.
Sorry to cut in, but in this particular case, how was the practice drawn to your attention?
Right. You see, I'm trying to give you the various channels by which we receive our information from our consumers.
Okay.
We also have the pharmacovigilance system department, where there are institutional contact persons at the various hospitals across the country. So we receive information from them. This particular scenario came to our attention during through these various channels that I've indicated. And it was, people are lightening their skin, but it's not the products that maybe we've registered, but these are tablets, pills and injectables.
Okay.
And to the best of our knowledge and to our data, the data available also indicates that there's no such thing registered by the FDA for this purpose. So then it became very worrying, because any product, if it's a cosmetic by definition, it's not supposed to be taken oral.
Okay.
Apart from toothpaste and mouthwash, anything you take oral becomes either a food or a medicine or any other. And the FDA too has not approved any medicinal product to serve that purpose.
Okay, and is this nationwide?
Yes, it is, because we got pockets of information dotted around, because you know FDA has representation in all the 10 regions. It's decentralized. Okay. So if you talk to this region, yes, people have information. This region, people have information. People know people who are using these products.
So far with the FDA, all you have is information. Have you had, some evidence? Have you had some of these drugs?
Right. There are instances where people talk to us about them. They show us some of these products. Some come in the form of tablets. Some are pills.
Do you have some you're taking through some tests?
Yes. Normally when we see things like that, it immediately activates the system in the FDA, and which is a process, but it's a health concern. It's a public health issue.
Do we know where these drugs are coming from and how they are entering our country?
They are coming from abroad. People travel all over the world, and it's a practice that's happening in other parts of the world. And people tell people, oh, this is what this product can do for you. They take the product and they get the effect. But as to whether the content is what it is also another thing to talk about. So they put them in their luggages and then come to the country with them.
So clearly there's a certain breach somewhere, which also indicates then that our surveillance or our port systems are not being properly managed. Because if people can bring drugs like this and we have a nationwide problem, then definitely it's not just 1 or 2 pills. It's quite a number. So how do they enter the country if we have people at our ports, if we have customs, if we even have the FDA that's supposed to be making sure that some of these products that enter our cities or our country are accredited and approved? There clearly is a problem somewhere.
Okay. My dear, if you travel, you have your luggage, and you have about 2 packs or 3 packs of products in your luggage, it becomes difficult for people to, or
but
the system to...
You mentioned earlier that this is nationwide, that you have representatives in all the regions and you're getting information. So that's what I'm saying. Clearly, this is not a case of 2 or 3 pills.
No. That's what I want to explain. If you bring them in, you travel another time, you bring a small quantity in, some people tell you it's for personal use. And there are unapproved routes that people use and also enter this country. We have the approved routes there already. When you talk of the land entry points, people use unapproved routes for whatever reason. And as I also indicated, if you put them in your luggage, you bring them in. Okay. You go to any location and then you give them out to people. So then we are having collaboration also with the customs and the security agencies to be able to arrest this situation. Finally,
Mr. Nkrumah, just tell us what the FDA is doing to address this really worrying situation. Right. International media has even captured it.
All right. The various regulatory processes have been activated and is in full operation. I will also say that one of the best ways is to use the media and use your platform to also inform Ghanaians that there's nothing of that sort. The FDA has not approved any product of this nature for the said indication. So if you use it at your own peril. And furthermore, one of the processes that are in motion is to also engage the security services, because it's better to also know where the source of these products, know where they are coming from. And we are also in collaboration with other national regulatory agencies. We collaborate from time to time. And so it's something that is being done, a holistic approach. So we want all Ghanaians to also support us to do this.
Thank you very much for your time. Mr. Emmanuel Nkrumah is Head Cosmetics and Household Chemicals Department of the FDA. We'll now take a quick breather. When we come back, Emmanuel Abuajiriafi will be bringing us business news to stay.